prime wheel on my own again. That is Changsha NIO House, and this is ChinaDriven. Let's have a look at the non-identical NIO Twins, the ES6 and the EC6. Let's go. So the price of the ES6 with a 75 kilowatt battery is $56,250, all the way up to $73,600 for the top of the trim model. If you want it with a 100 kilowatt hour pack, you'll pay $62,300, all the way up to a staggering $82,600. Now, the EC6 is a little bit more expensive than the ES8. That's what you pay for the coupe-ish styling of this SUV. For the 75 kilowatt hour pack, you will pay $57,300, all the way up to $73,500 for the top trim. For the 100 kilowatt pack, you'll pay $66,900, all the way up to $82,600. Both the ES6 and the EC6 can be optioned with BAAS, Battery as a Service. And if you do that, the initial cost of the cars will be reduced. $11,000 for the 75 kilowatt hour pack and $18,000 for the 100 kilowatt hour pack. If you opt for the ES6 with a 75 kilowatt hour battery pack and the BAAS, then the price will start at $45,200, stretching up to $62,500 for the top trim. Now, for the larger 100 kilowatt hour battery pack, you'll be paying $46,500 to $63,800. So a significant reduction in the initial price. And the story is similar for the EC6. If you choose the 75 kilowatt hour battery pack and the BAAS, you'll pay $46,800 up to $62,500. And for the 100 kilowatt hour pack, the price will be $48,100 to $63,800. Now, if you opt for the BAAS, then you do have to pay a monthly fee. For the 75 kilowatt hour pack, that's going to be $154 a month. And for the larger 100 kilowatt hour pack, that will be $233. Now, as you can see, the ES6 and the EC6 both wear the same front end. In fact, both of these cars are pretty much exactly the same inside and out until you reach the C-pillar. That's where things start to be different. Now, they're moving around cars in here, so we'll look at the exterior of the ES6. Now, you can see that the ES6 comes with this two-tone paint scheme, whatever color you choose on the bottom, and a black roof. Up here on the front, you have the LED daylight running lights. They're the thin lights up there on the top of the bonnet. Lower down is where you'll find the headlight cluster. Now, all models have LED fog lamps, and they all have turn assisted headlamps as well, meaning as you turn the wheel, the headlights will swivel a little to guide light down the road. The top trim models also come with high, low adaptive lights, meaning they will switch between low beam and high beam when they see oncoming traffic. At the back, the tail lights are of course all LED, and you can see the EC6 has this rakish coupe-like roof line at the back, whereas the ES6 is a more traditional SUV shape. So of course you can use your phone as a key, or you can use an NFC card and just tap it there. Always great to see our automatic pop-out handles, so you can press there and open it, or if you have the key or your phone as the key, as you approach the car, they'll self-present. Now, as I said, this coupe-ish style SUV sloping roof design does impede on the boot space compared to the ES6. Now, obviously it has an automatic tailgate. Up as it goes. And as you can see, lengthwise, it's again the same as the ES6, but you don't get the same height being a coupe back here. But you know, if I sit with my myself to the back seats. I mean, I nearly fit in, cross-legged. It's not a problem, but I wouldn't close this roof, whereas in the ES6, I'm pretty sure I can easily get in and close it. Let's have a try. Boldly go in where no man has gone before, in the name of science. Let's see here. So I've got loads more space here, and I'm pretty sure if I just do that, I can easily fit here. I might have forgot to check where the emergency opening was. Also, a array of choices for different colours, with NIO even having a colour of the year, which is this Arctic green. Now you can also opt for different wheel styles on the ES6 and EC6. These are the standard wheels you'll get on the base version. They're 19 inches. These are 20 inches and you'll get them on the middle option. If you pick the top trim, then you will get these 21-inch rims here in silver and black. Now these are the rims that you get on the mid-level EC6, and these are wrapped in Continental Max Contact MC6 tyres that are 255/50 all the way around, so decent sidewall rubber. There are also Brembo brakes all the way around, and the mid and top trims come standard with air suspension, so the ride is going to be fairly decent. Again, we'll have to take it on a test drive and do an in-depth review to really get a feeling of what it's like. Okay, so let's take a quick look at the interior of the EC6. So this red colour is one of the standard options, and this is the standard material. Now you can upgrade to Napa leather throughout if you want. However, as standard, these seats come in this leather with these what they call haptics, like material centers, and to be honest, I think they look pretty good, and I think they'd wear really well. So in here you have two screens, the instrument panel and the infotainment system. Now the instrument panel is a 9.8 inch display, with the central touchscreen being 11.3 inches. You know me. Now on the top models, and you can also option it, you can get a heads up display which is bright and clear. I'm looking at it right now with a white car directly in front of me, and it's very easy to see the numbers. Now, maybe one of the things that NIO is known for on its interior is the AI voice assistant called Nomi. Now, if you get the higher packages, then you will get the little kind of bobblehead which will animate and swivel and turn towards you or your passenger when one of you speaks to it. Hey, Nomi.
我在.
And then you can talk to it in Chinese. Kai Kontiao.
哼，我装作听不懂的样子。
Oh, didn't understand me. Kai Kontiao.
正在打开前排空调。
Twice the charm. Now, I won't go too in-depth on the interior. We'll have to get one to do a full in-depth review, but some key points. Steering wheel, nice size, got a slight flat bottom. You've got this gear selector, very NIO-ish, with park on the side. Induction phone charger here, which I'm not sure if I like the fact that it's angled towards the driver, but it is. A couple of cup holders, and you even have a real volume knob, which is kind of rare in the days of touchscreens. Now, underneath this center console, you've got some storage, 12 speakers in here, and there's this large panoramic sunroof. They also come with electronic steering columns. Now, I will mention that you can option what is called a queen seat here for the passenger, and basically that means down in the footwell you have a footrest, which may be quite nice if your passenger is one that likes to lay down. Now, obviously, Again, I won't go into depth, but this car has a lot of the features that you would expect, such as 360-degree camera, blind spot, and a lot of other safety features. And on the top trims, you get the NIO Pilot 2.0, and you can opt for it on the lower trims. So we're sat in the back of the EC6, and just to show you that rakish, coupe-ish SUV design that you see on the outside doesn't impede in here at all. Because it is only from the C-pillar back, the interior here is not compromised at all. You have the same amount of space in here as the ES6. You've got loads of headroom. Because of that panoramic roof, it feels airy and spacious in here. I mean, you get all of the passenger kind of space without the compromise, but you still get that coupe styling. Now, it will make a difference to the boot, but as a passenger, rear passenger, it makes no difference at all. Now, in the back here, we've got this haptex material again. There's a reading light, there's a couple of coat pegs here, you've got a couple of blowers for the AC, couple of USBs. Down there is a small storage pocket. You've got an armrest which has a little bit of storage, and a couple of cup holders. All the usual kind of stuff, but really blown away with the fact that the rear interior here is just so spacious, and that coupe design doesn't interfere at all. So here I am in the ES6, just to show you the headroom and the space is the same as the EC6. The only difference is the panoramic sunroof in here can open, whereas on the EC6 it's just a fixed piece of glass. Now, this interior is the Napa leather interior here in all black. So much room for activities. Now let's go over the ES6's power and performance. If you get the lower trim models, you'll come with 435 horsepower and 620 Newton meters of torque, and it will do the 0 to 62 mile an hour dash in 5.6 seconds. Now, if you get a top trim model, you'll get 544 horsepower and 725 Newton meters of torque, which is good for the dash in 4.7 seconds. And I hear you saying, but surely the EC6 with its coupe-ish sporty styling is faster than the ES6. And it is. You get the same 435 horsepower and 620 Newton meters of torque on the lower models, but the dash from 0 to 62 miles an hour is done in 5.4 seconds, 0.2 seconds faster. And it's the same story for the higher trims. You still get 544 horsepower and 725 Newton meters of torque, but the dash falls by 0.2 of a second to 4.5 seconds. Now, why is that? Well, the simple answer is that the EC6, with its coupe-ish styling, has a better drag coefficient. You see, the EC6 has a drag coefficient of 0.26 to 0.265, whereas the ES8, with its more traditional SUV styling, has a drag coefficient of 0.28 to 0.29, and that not only makes a difference for acceleration times, it also makes a difference for range. Regardless of the drag coefficient, both the ES6 and the EC6 both top out at 124 miles per hour. So the range on the EC6 is better with that better drag coefficient. For the 75 kilowatt hour pack, you'll be getting 267 to 273 miles, and with the 100 kilowatt hour pack, that number swells to 376 to 382 miles. Now, remember, this is on the NEDC, which is not the most accurate in terms of correctly estimating range. Now, the ES6 has a slightly lower range. For the 75 kilowatt hour pack, it's 260 to 267 miles, and for the 100 kilowatt hour pack, it's 372 to 379 miles. So just a tad less than the slippier EC6. So that's it. That's the non-identical twins, the EC6 and the ES6. We're done today at NIO House, but we'll be back when they have a 6-seat and a 7-seat configuration ES8 in the showroom. Until then, Merry Christmas if I don't upload before Christmas. If not, there's an extra one. See you later.